Hey there, it's Paul Mark, and you're back in my kitchen. And we're here today to talk about something that maybe seems a little odd, but it really is important, I think, as we begin this journey where I hope to help you become that coffee connoisseur, someone who appreciates the quality of the beverage that they drink and understand what goes into making great quality coffee. We have to start with water. And water is something that's largely been ignored within the industry. We all, if you go to a great cafe, they probably have a pretty expensive water filtration system, but it's just something we're sort of trying to get our heads wrapped around in terms of an industry. I'm not by any stretch pretending to be an expert in water. I'm not, but I want just to tell you in very simple terms how important water is when it comes to brewing a great cup of coffee at home. Coffee is about 97% water with some dissolved solids in it, and we rarely talk about it, but it's very important. And so, at the most simple terms, what I want you to do is avoid using tap water. Edmonton actually has some pretty decent tap water. We just did use this little tool here. It's just a TDS meter. It's not the most accurate of tools in the world, but it is sufficient to sort of illustrate our point. Tap water is around 230 parts per million of total dissolved solids. And then once I poured the water through a Brita filter, we're down to about 130 parts per million of total dissolved solids. So why does that matter? Well, it matters most importantly for this, taste. I brewed on my Technivorm here, which we'll talk about in another episode. I brewed some coffee, same coffee, using the exact same amount of water, the exact same amount of ground coffee, and actually it wasn't tap water, it was actually filtered water. I had a GE filter that I found out wasn't working because the filters have run out. So we brewed it there. It was almost the same as tap water. And then we brewed another pot using the Brita filter. And the simple reality is this cup using the Brita filter water tastes so much better. There's clarity, there's better acidity, there's more fruit in the cup. There's more sparkle and complexity in the brewed cup of coffee. So at the end of the day, what matters is that filtered water, and the ideal SEA, the Specialty Coffee Association of America, their standard is about 150 parts per million of total dissolved solids, right? That's their ideal standard for brewing coffee. We're with the Brita, we're running a little less than that, about 130. But suffice it to say, water is critically important. Don't use reverse osmosis because there's no dissolved solids anymore for proper brewing. But filtered water, and in the simplest term, a Brita filtered water system will give you a much better product when you're brewing coffee at home. So hopefully you're clear as water, that it's important. It's a very important component to brewing amazing coffee at home. And it's not that expensive. Go get yourself a Brita filter and do yourself a favor. Drink better coffee at home. All right, until the next episode, drink less more often.